Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So we are starting with this and we're gonna end with these. Ew.
And I'm so glad you're mine, princess, my angel, my queen, baby, you're my friend.
But first things first, if you are new here,
First off, welcome.
Rain Gang, welcome back for another video, sis. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. I have washed my hair, deep conditioned, and I have air dried. Okay, it's still a little damp. I'm going to show you guys how I created these two feed-in braids, which I absolutely love. I did create a feed-in braid, just one, on a previous video that I got the technique from Miss Vaughn TV. I love her. Then I saw my homegirl do the two braids, and I just had to recreate it. So I'm showing you guys how I did it here. If you ever wonder what my staple products are, they will be mentioned in this video. First up being Texture ID Styling Cream. Y'all know, if you're a supporter, you know how much I love this stuff, okay? Jesus and them disciplines, they did something. I don't care what nobody has to say, okay? It provides a lot of moisture. I just love it. It works great for wash and goes and so forth and so on. So I'm applying this as like my moisturizer. And then I take my Denman Brush, just smooth it all the way through, detangle. Then I'm gonna go ahead and twist my hair up, which just kind of helps to keep it compacted and for it not to swell as I work on the rest of my hair. Y'all know this Afro Sheen slick back styler got Jesus and Yolanda Adams.
Oh my God.
I don't care what nobody say, okay? Listen, they staples for a reason, okay? Listen, I do not use gels on my hair to create a slick back style. All I need is this right here, okay? It just be giving me life and, you know, life more abundant. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. But yeah, I love this stuff. If you have seen my previous video where I reviewed it and, you know, I've used it and my first impressions and you know how I feel. If you're a supporter, you know how I feel. Another one of my staples, the Style Factor Edge Booster. This one also caught me by surprise when I first reviewed it. I didn't expect the hold that it gives you, the shine. It just gives you that slick back look. Now, you don't need both, but you know, I'm a little extra, so I went ahead and used both. But that's just the look that I was going for. You can definitely have more of a control with using these types of consistencies and textures when creating slick back looks as opposed to gel. That's just my opinion. You know, we all have different hair types, you know, but anywho, so I am creating my ponytail, which is self-explanatory. I do try to keep the parts real, you know, twisted so that it's not swelling. And then we're just doing the same thing on the other side. Now, I know you're wondering if you've never tried this before. Sis, does the white go away? Absolutely. Hello, somebody? It goes away. Don't worry about it. You can put it on there and it will dissipate. Of course, brush it through, sis. But I'm just saying, it goes away. But it's one of my favorite stylers. It does not get hard, but it keeps your hair in place. And it's not super, you know, gel-like feeling. So again, I'm twisting up the back, or not the back, but the bottom portion to keep it from expanding so that we can move on to these edges. Okay, so now we're on the edges. I don't know what I use. I want to say I use pattern because it was nearby, but it's just my preference, huh? Somebody, it was my preference, church, to go ahead and get my edges together. That's just always been my thing. If you do recreate this, do what makes you happy. You know, I appreciate and love my adolescence. I do have a canvas that, you know, Jesus gave me to work with, so I just take advantage, okay? Amen. So yeah, the white will go away, don't worry about it. But yes, now we're going on to the braid. I love the RastaFri, I think that's how you pronounce it. I get it from my local beauty supply store, the one that has 3 different ones. And the key is always getting pre-stretched hair. Pre-stretched hair is everything, okay? So I like to go ahead and lay out my sections. I'm only using 3 pieces, and then I'm just kind of getting the amount that I want. I don't want super thick braids, and I'm gonna lay them out. So then I'm gonna go ahead and get my pattern gel. I do also have a video on this as well, and this gel just really gives me a nice scent. It doesn't give me that hard feeling like a wet line would, and so it just gives me like that sleekness, but I do prefer a gel on the bottom portion of my hair. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this braid. Now, hear me out, church. Hear me out. Okay, I know my hands be looking a little suspect. Okay, so it's going to be hard for me to really show you guys exactly what I'm doing because of the position of my fingers. So just keep watching because I'm going to show you guys a close-up, which hopefully I can kind of walk y'all through what I'm doing. But let me just say, church, this is not a tutorial, okay? I'm not going to jack y'all up. I'm just, I just want to show you guys how I do it. Okay, I'm on. All right, so that's the first piece. I like to go ahead and braid my natural hair down a good amount of length. I think a lot of people start their feed-in braids a little bit higher up than I did, but for this look, I just didn't want super thick braids. I wanted to be a little bit more, natural looking, even though, it ain't natural looking, but you know what I'm saying. I wanted it to be not super thick. So, again, my hands are really weird when I braid, in my opinion, or whatever. So again, stay tuned to where I do the close up, because I'm gonna try my hardest, y'all, to go ahead and explain what I'm doing. But again, really quick, I just wanted to create a braid that will look a little natural, so it's not super thick. But if you choose to redo this, definitely, of course, do the length you desire, the thickness that you desire. It's all, of course, in preference. So on Instagram, I left the ends hanging for the look, but that's not what we're doing. We adding rubber bands in real life, okay? We adding rubber bands in real life. Amen. All right, so that's real cute. I love it. It looks natural. It looks just, I love it, y'all. So we're moving on to the next section now. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more in depth how I do my feed-in braids. Hopefully this can be helpful because I know it took me a long time to really grasp the rhythm of it. So I'm taking again my pattern gel, which is one of my favorites, to really sleek down my hair so that it blends in really good and all that good stuff. So I brought you guys in closer and I'm gonna show you guys. Now my fingers are still a little awkward, but we're gonna work together, okay? So normally people would start adding their hair in about right here, but I don't want it to be bulky. So I'm going to braid down a little bit more and then add in my section of hair. Now, this is what I do. I place this section in a U shape, putting it in the center strand or the middle strand between my pointer finger and my thumb. And then my right hand, which does not have the ring on it, is grabbing the section as well. And so you're gonna be keeping it in a U form, and then you begin braiding it in and just literally feeding in the braid. Now I know that was a little confusing. This again is not a tutorial. This is just trying to show you guys exactly how I'm doing. But again, I know I braid a little differently. So let's try it one more again. Okay. So we're taking the second braid and all we're doing is putting it on the middle strand and then on the right hand and then braiding it in. I keep it in a U and I put it underneath or behind my natural hair, or the braid I should say. So again, I know this is probably extremely confusing because if you're anything like me, I struggled with getting the rhythm, like I said. And then I added another length, but just to not keep y'all extra bored and repeating the same thing, I just sped that up. So hopefully that was a little bit helpful.
No.
I don't know, but I tried. So again, we are braiding it all the way down and then placing a rubber band at the ends because I did not dip the hair. I actually like the way it looks when it's not dipped. It kind of moves or has a different movement than it would being dipped. The pre-stretch hair does, in my opinion. So it's quite long, but I really love it. They're not extremely perfect, like they're not symmetrical and they're not twins, but I feel like that's how your hair is naturally. And we're not gonna talk about my dirty scarf, okay? Amen. And of course, at night, I do remove the bands, so that's not so tight. But this is the next day. I wanted to show you guys how it was looking. I ended up dipping the hair, which I'm not a big fan of because it is a little limp. I do prefer for it not to be dipped, but that's just your personal preference. But it's nice and sleek. It looked a little tight because it was in the back, sis. I had to take them things out, I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, this is how it's looking. I love it. It is super cute to me. It's very youthful, very fun. And it's definitely more natural looking with the feed in method, in my opinion. It's just fun, y'all. I love it. And I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope you were entertained. I hope I helped y'all a little bit with that feed in technique. I don't know, but I tried. Anywho, I love y'all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Be sure to subscribe if you have not, and I love you guys for watching. Bye.